Hi everyone, I'm Joy Nelson, and I am here in the Denver, Colorado area in the United States. And I'm going to show you something from the brand new mini catalog, the January to April 2023 mini catalog. I am going to be using the Sentimental Park stamp set and the Sentimental Park dies. I'm going to be using, let's see, flip this over. Maybe I'll just put it here. This die, this die, this die, this one, and then there's two of the same one of this here. I love it when these die sets have two of the same of these little dies here. So those are the dies that I will be using in my presentation. So let's just put these back over here and get this out of the way so we can get started. So first off, you are going to need a card base that is the long skinny direction. It is 4.5 inches by 11 inches or 10.5 centimeters by 29.7 centimeters, scored in half at 5.5 inches or 14.9 centimeters. So then we're going to just fold our card base in half. This is the basic white thick cardstock, which is what you really need if you're going to do a card base that is in the white. You also are going to need a layer of the regular basic white cardstock, which is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches or 9.5 centimeters by 13.9 centimeters. And a layer of the United Navy cardstock, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches or 10 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters. So you're going to need all of those layers. We'll set those aside for a minute. And then you're going to need scrap pieces big enough for your dies. So you've got a Mango Melody piece and a Granny Apple Green piece. And these are going to be the detailed dies for the little tiny flowers and then the stem. So I went ahead and put adhesive sheet on the back of these. These are scrap pieces. And then at the end of this video, I will have all of the measurements for all of the pieces and all of the supplies I use. This is a Night of Navy piece. This is a scrap piece that I had. And then this is a basic white piece. And you need enough to die cut this die here. And then to stamp some flowers on. So those are the pieces you're going to need for this project. I'm going to try to keep it mostly a surprise. So you will also need, because these are photopolymer stamps, these are the clear see-through stamps. And yes, I have a little bit of adhesive on my fingernail there. So you're going to need the Stampin' Pierce mat and a piece of scratch paper for when you do the stamping, because the photopolymer really needs some kind of a cushion underneath it. So I'm going to bring this piece out and a Stampin' Right Granny Apple Green marker. So I'm going to take, and just because I wanted this detail die to have a little bit of color here, and so I just took and I colored these pieces all along here so that you don't have to watch me do this. Via the magic of video, I've already done this, so you can see that these I made those look like little leaves there, little round leaves, and then we have our flowers. And I'm going to stamp a happy birthday, which is one of the stamps in this set. This set has so many great greetings that are part of it. And I'm going to bring in Night of Navy ink. And I'm going to try to eyeball that and get that straight. Sometimes it's not as easy on camera as you would think, because I have a camera where I would normally be looking overhead. Oh, that looks very nice. And I'm going to set that aside. And now I'm going to bring in these little die cut pieces that I had put the adhesive sheet on the back. So these already have adhesive on the back of them. And I'm going to peel these off and do the best I can to kind of line this up onto here. It will line up pretty well. And then this little one, I'm going to do that one on the flower part next to it. So let's see if I can get this lined up relatively well. Okay, so we have those two lined up. Now I need to put the other two over here. And I really like that I discovered that these would line up with this die cut piece that I've done in the basic white, because that makes it really fun. Okay, that looks pretty good. And if it's not 100%, it will still look beautiful. So get our last little die cut piece. I'm going to line this up. And voila, it's all lined up. Let me get rid of these pieces. So this is all lined up, and we can take that and put that aside. And now I think I want to stamp the flower image. I'm going to use this image here, which is not quite as detailed. It's just kind of got a bold outline of the grouping of flowers. And Poppy Parade, using Poppy Parade ink. Get some good ink on here. There we go. So I'll close this up before I get ink all over my fingers. And we are going to move a couple things out of my way. Now, again, via the magic of video, I have gone ahead and I have stamped these and then put a little dot of Stella on this. I went ahead and pre-prepped this, put a little Stella there, and a little Stella in the center of these. So I have 3 of these, and need to put some dimensionals on the back. I chose to use the mini dimensionals. So there we have that, and we have dimensionals on the backs of these already. So these are all ready to go. You can set those down over here. And again, the magic of video, I've gone ahead and I have die cut this piece here, and it has a few little punches. I could probably go ahead and make sure those are all punched out, but you know, honestly, it looks kind of fun to leave a few in there. Gives it a little bit of character. So there we go, getting my take your pick tool and getting all of those out of there, or most of them anyway. Now this will layer on top like so. So let's go ahead and attach this. And I'm going to use some of the multi-purpose liquid glue. And again, this is a one that I've been using for a while. So there we go. We can get that on here. The multi-purpose liquid glue will let me wiggle, you know, give me a little bit of wiggle room on this. So I can try to get that lined up. So those are attached. And let's see, now I'm going to start on my card base. So I need to start layering. So I'll just bring in my Stampin' Seal. Okay. And then this piece is going to need some ribbon. So I have the Night of Navy border ribbon. So you can see it has a nice shimmery border on either side of that, and it's more of a linen in the middle. So this is a very nice ribbon, and I'm just going to have some to wrap around this. So I just lay out this and then kind of trim it off so that it will be enough to wrap around. And I love grid paper because then I can kind of judge. And I think I wanted about 1/2 inch up. So there we have that. I'm going to get a glue dot. That looks pretty good by eyeballing it. And I also took that ribbon and tied a small bow, so we will need that piece also. Let's set that aside. Now we can attach this layer onto our card base. And now we can do this where this layer has an even border of the Night of Navy all the way around. So there we have that. And I will bring in, let's see, this stem that I've cut out of the Granny Apple Green, and it has the adhesive strip on the back. I love the adhesive sheets because it is really well, if you've got, like, see this really skinny stem, that would be very, very difficult to get adhesive on and not have it show. And I jumped ahead just a little bit, so I do need this one of these pieces first. And then this piece, the top is going to tuck under just a little bit like this. Let's get it. It looks like it's coming off that flower. And then this is very delicate. We're going to make that work. Now I want to attach this focal piece on. Right about so. Hopefully I'm getting that straight. And then we need our other two floral pieces, our flowers here, our flower blooms. About so. And then lastly, for the front, we need another glue dot on the back of our bow here. So just put that on like so. So it looks like we kind of wrapped it around and tied it, but we're kind of faking it a little bit. But that is just the beauty of things. And let's go ahead and get some of these. Let's see, these are the adhesive backed Milky dots, and this is also part of the suite of products that this Sentimental Park comes from. So now we have 3 of those, and then I wanted a little something in the center. So these are like kind of a clear, and then petal pink, Night of Navy, Mango Melody. There we have. I like to do things in odd numbers, so we've got 3 of the Night of Navy, 4 and 5 with the Mango Melody. So there is the front side of our card. So let's do a little bit of something on the inside. Let's bring in the detail image that coordinates with this more solid image that we used on our Poppy Parade stamps, and bring in Mango Melody ink. And we're going to stamp off first, and then we're going to try to center that. I just want a little bit of pale flowers. I'm using my Night of Navy ink pad and the Let's Celebrate and the U stamp. I put them together in the same block. All right. Okay, that's beautiful. So we have the Happy Birthday and Let's Celebrate You. And I want to show you, I originally did this in the colors that coordinate with the Designer Series paper that goes with this suite. I think it's called Regency Park or something. I'm not 100% sure on that. You will have to look at your mini catalog. And it had shaded spruce with the Night of Navy and the Mango Melody. But when I did the shaded spruce didn't show up very well with the Night of Navy for those little leaves that I colored. So I changed it to the Granny Apple Green, and so this looks better. There's more definition there. It's makes the leaves look a little brighter. So I really liked the change in colors for that. So that's one thing. If you're not quite happy with your design, maybe, change up the colors just a little bit. So again, thank you so much for joining me in this mini catalog launch party. And I do hope that you will go ahead and like this video and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There will be a card at the end that shows you all of the supplies that I used to make this card and the measurements so that you can recreate it. Have a great time watching all of these videos and perusing your January to April mini catalog. Bye!